The darkness sphere dissipates, and you can see what remains of the Dragonborn. There are still the 2 leaders who are passed out in the tent.
All right, then I'm going to go in and coup de grace.
Okay.
Maybe some information instead?
All right, then I'll kill one of them.
All right, have fun.
I'm just going to just dice his neck.
You come down with the dark saber. He's passed out. You push him off the table. He rolls onto the ground, and then you take the dark saber and you very quickly slash down and decapitate him at the neck. He is dead. The other one is still alive, but he is sleeping. Arch, do you want to do the coup de grace on him so you can reanimate him and ask him some questions?
Yes, I would very much like that.
And while the Arch is going over there, I'm going to start looting the leaders.
Okay, I will do a treasure roll for you in a minute. Arch, so what I'm going to have you do is, how are you going to kill him?
That's the thing. There's so many fun ways you can do things. Most specifically, I'm going to use giant vermin, which is to say that she holds out her hands, and from her sleeves, these scorpions just start pouring out from the folds, and they start growing as they hit the ground to be about the size of a cat each. And they just swarm him.
I'm going to say for the scorpion, I'll say each one of those stings is worth 1d4.
I summon 6 of them.
Okay, so you can roll 6d4 for damage then on the unconscious one. You don't need to roll to hit because he's passed out. That is enough to kill him. So basically what the scorpions do is they start stinging him all over his head and neck area, enough to basically pump him with enough poison where his heart immediately goes into cardiac arrest. He begins foaming at the mouth and he dies. You have killed him. You may now use your reanimate spell.
That's literally followed by the fell animate finisher, which is drawing his life. It's the one that traps the sentience back in his head. So his soul's still in there, even though his body's dead.
So you do that, and he rises from his unfortunate grave and begins gurgling foam out of his mouth because of the massive poison overload that he currently has in his system, even though the system no longer works. He is sort of like kind of there. He goes, Arch, you can ask him whatever you want.
All right, listen here. I might be willing to release you if you're fully cooperative, and I know you can't really fight what I'm doing, but, you know, I like to have a tete-a-tete, so to speak, with my new subjects, and I want to know, why are you here, specifically, in this area? Alright, that's enough of that, and she's gonna reach her glove forward to split the veins on his head and just, like, pour the excess liquid out.
You do that. It's extremely disgusting, but his mouth clears of foam. He then comes back and says,
Resh has sent us here to gather creatures for his army. We have captured several.
Where are these captured creatures?
The body lifts its arm and points over to the armored carriage that is still sitting in the center of the camp.
Frog, could you go and check on that? You should be able to lockpick, right?
What's the treasure roll real quick before I do that?
Okay, so you're looting both of the officers?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay, so one was an 18 and one's a 9. So the 9, you find 20 gold. With the 18, I'm going to say you find something a bit more valuable. You find maybe he looted this off of somebody, but you do find what appears to be a necklace with a large red gem in the center.
All right, so after I do that, I'm going to get up. I'm going to look at Syra. I'm just going to rib it. I'm going to walk towards the cage.
All right, so Cham, you go up to the armored caravan there, and you see that there appears to be a door on the side with a large metal padlock on it.
I will lockpick.
So you very quickly take out your thieves' tools, and you put them into the keyhole on the lock. After a few seconds, you hear a click, and the lock undoes itself.
Frog, do be careful. He did said capture creatures, so maybe, like, just peek in the door. Don't just fling it open. We don't know exactly what's in there.
You just take that door and you fling it open. The campfire behind you is enough to give you some light inside of it.
I also got it.
You have low light vision, I'm saying for the others. Inside, what you can see is it appears there are 3 eggs inside. One egg appears to be slightly purple, one appears to be slightly red, and one is a normal eggy, like, tan color, but it's a tiny bit bigger than the other 2.
I call dibs on the purple one.
You already have a pet. See, here's the thing. You guys can roll for those if you want, if anybody wants the same one.
I'm already...
I call dibs on the big one.
I'll take the pink one, I suppose.
I'll get the purple one.
Alright, well, you rolled the highest, so you do have your choice in that matter, so you can take that one. Arch is taking the reddish one, you are taking the purplish one. Okay, so Velnos, you're gonna get the bigger egg. What I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna roll 3 d20s.
There was something I wanted to do but never got the opportunity to say it. How are the cripples?
Oh, they're still crawling around on the ground, like, screaming in pain. Because you all, not only did you cripple them, you put a hole where their balls are.
I'm gonna drag them both to where we are, and I'm gonna tie them up because I have rope.
But yes.
Do your best to not damage them much more, and we'll have a workforce of these scaly bastards.
And just to be an extra asshole, I'm gonna bondage their mouth shut because they're dragonborn, they have snouts.
So,
Velnos, basically what happens is both of the Dragonborn are attempting to crawl their way towards the edge of the forest to avoid being horribly murdered. Then you reach your tentacles out, you wrap around their noodle-like, lifeless legs, and pull them over towards you near the fire. You then proceed to use your vines to tie them up and tie their mouths shut.
when they get tied up, I'll stab them through the hearts.
Okay, it's a coup de grace, so it doesn't matter. They're all tied up anyway. So you walk up and you basically, after Velnos has tied them up and clamped their mouths shut, you walk up behind them and stab them both. Stab one through the back. He falls over and dies.
We've won a life. I have plans for his ass.
As the blade goes through the first one, about to touch the second one, I stop.
So you killed one, the other one is still alive. Not like he's going to be running away anytime soon. So now we can go back to the egg situation. The other thing, too, is that the giant lizard that was pulling the carriage originally has pretty much slept through this entire thing. I'm going to roll 3 d20s. If any of these d20s goes above a 15, then that egg will hatch. Okay, so one of them went above a 15. Okay, so that's the purplish egg. That's Cham's egg. The other two eggs kind of rustle around a little bit, but nothing really happens with them. The purple egg, however, Cham, you walk up to it, and you see that there appears to be cracks on the top of it. After a few moments, you see what appears to be a little purple snout pop out of the top of the egg and start sniffing and snorting and huffing air for the first time. After a few moments, a set of horns go through, and you see that what looks to be a baby amethyst dragon slithers its way out of the egg. Now, the thing about amethyst dragons is most of the time they are actually very friendly. They're mostly good dragons. So, because you're the first thing that it sees when it comes out of the egg, it immediately attaches itself to you and begins rubbing itself up against your side.
I am the mother of dragons.
Oh, look. Somebody likes you.
I'm gonna look over, like slowly look over to Syra. I'm just gonna flip her off. Also, while I'm doing that, I'm gonna go over to the giant sand lizard.
You go over to the giant sand lizard. Your little purple dragon is now following you. By the way, it's also a girl. You picked the one female.
I'm gonna have the dragon like step back a little bit whenever I have it stay. I'm gonna go to the sand lizard. I'm gonna place my hand on his head and I'm gonna start talking to it.
In what tongue? It does not speak Draconic and it does not speak Amphibian. Although, in saying that, if you do know Draconic, it may respond to Draconic terms, since that's what Dragonborn speak anyway.
I'll start talking to Draconic.
Okay, what are you going to say to it?
I'm pretty much going to say, like, you're mine.
The lizard turns its face to you as you say that, and just kind of snorts in your face, and then lies back down. 13. So basically what you do is you try to get it to stand up, but again, it just kind of puts its, like, paw up and, like, kind of, like, brushes you away from it, and then tries to go back to sleep again.
I'm gonna walk away, have the dragon follow me, and I'm gonna go to Syra like, it's yours now.
Utra, do you want the lizards?
What would I do with a lizard?
I don't know. Did you want to preach to it? You're always going on and on about Jesus, whatever.
As I say that, I'm just gonna cut its cords. I'm gonna have it like fucking run away.
You cut the cords, it's still sleeping.
Fantastic work.
Shoo!
I'm gonna look at Syra like
Annoyance,
yeah.
Listen here, Frog. How about this? She jabs you in the forehead and casts tongues, which allows you to speak any language, which includes bee speech.
Cham, you now have the ability to actually talk to the lizard.
I'm gonna go up to his face. I'm like, listen, motherfucker, you're free.
The lizard lifts its head and looks at you and simply says, "Okay, I'm going to go back to sleep now." And then it goes back to sleep.
You could always kill it and I can add it to the camel lizard.
As she says that, The lizard goes, I heard that.
I don't speak his language.
I'm gonna relay it to you.
Well, I don't care what you heard.
All right.
You saw what happened to everybody else. You
Fuck it.
fucking fat thing.
I'm gonna have the scorpion. It should still be there to move the fucking carriage. I'm gonna tie the carriage to the fucking scorpion.
You do that, so you're able to tie the carriage with the 2 remaining eggs to the giant scorpion to pull back to camp.
I'm gonna look over to Uhtred, like, I'm gonna speak in common, like, if you want to have your griffin sleep, you can just sleep on top of the carriage and you can come in. And I'm just gonna go into the carriage with my dragon.
You guys can go inside the carriage. The scorpion will kind of just go on autopilot and bring you back to base, just because that you can basically just have it do that anyway. And the camels will just kind of wander along on the sides. The griffin can come in with you. The carriage is big enough for it, or it can sleep on the top if you'd rather.
I'm gonna just take a seat. I'm gonna have my dragon with me, just petting all over her.
The dragon is very receptive to that, and it curls up next to you and falls asleep. So yeah, so you guys are all in there. So you guys can get pulled back to camp with the 2 remaining eggs. It takes about a day to get back to camp because you did travel out pretty far. And once you get back, Cham, it's now the morning. So you and the purple dragon emerge from the carriage. Do you guys want to remove the eggs from the carriage and put them someplace safe, like inside the cottage?
I already made like a zombie nesting area that she's been riding along with.
Okay.
It's gonna be right next to her on the fucking chair.
Yeah, absolutely. It's
Okay,
basically under her in the chair, so she warms it.
You have your egg with you. And then Velnos, I'm assuming you slept with yours or next to it.
Yeah, next to it.
Keep in mind, both of the eggs, the 2 smaller eggs, just for a size comparison, those are around the same size as like a chair. Yours is about the size of a refrigerator. Since it's been a day since you guys got there, I'm going to roll for both of your eggs again to see if we do have any hatching going on. Same rules are going to apply. If it's above a 15, it will hatch. If not, then they will be left dormant until a little bit later on. So we'll see for both of them. Okay, we're getting some pets today. So the nat 20 is going to be for Arches, and the 15 is going to be for Velnos's. So Cham, you and your purple dragon are playing around outside. Now Arch, I'm going to do you first because this is going to be funnier. What happens is you're kind of sitting on it like as like a Mother Goose thing. You're reading a book, and suddenly you feel what feels like whatever is inside the egg is moving around and is trying to push its way out. So you get off the egg and you look and you see something kind of similar to Cham's, where it looks like a snout kind of pushes through the top of the egg. Now it's a broader one than Cham's, but it still looks like kind of like a lizard snout, and it's red. And because it got a nat 20, I'm going to say that it basically just pokes its whole head out at once, and when you see it, it is a baby red dragon.
Oh, that's fantastic, because chromatic dragons are evil, so this thing's gonna, especially red dragon, oh yeah, this thing's gonna be just as evil as me.
So the red dragon pokes its head out and looks at you, and it kind of flops its tongue out to the side like a dog and starts panting. It's very similar to what happened with the purple dragon, where it sort of has bonded to you to an extent because you're the first thing that it saw. It kind of acts like a dog. It does have fully formed wings. The purple dragon's wings aren't as fully formed as that one, though they still need a little bit of time to dry out and get stronger. But this one, it just immediately splays its wings out, and it's just kind of ready to go. It kind of just like puts its claws up on your hip. It tries to like lick your palm like a dog.
Oh yeah, she's gonna take a quick look around to make sure nobody's looking, and then she's gonna like put her hands on his face and go, "Ooji, booji, booji."
Nobody sees that because nobody's inside except for Velnos.
Right when she does it is when I step out and I look at her.
She just freezes, stares at him. Booji, booji, booji.
I'll give you that.
And as she does that, I'm gonna lean into mine and go, hey, bitchy, bitchy.
We're gonna go over to Velnos now, because Velnos, yours is the one that, you know, the other two guys got dragons, except yours is a little bit bigger. So the question is, what is actually inside your egg? Do you have any guesses?
Giant ostrich.
I will tell you, it is not a giant ostrich.
It's a rock!
I will tell you this, it is not a dragon. So basically what happens is something very similar to Cham's and Arch's pets is it pokes its nose through. Now, when it pokes its nose through, you see that the flesh on it is kind of tannish. It does look a bit lizard-like. It has a very square nose that pops out, and you see a couple of kind of snarly, jagged teeth near the end of its mouth. It then pops its head back in. I'm going to roll a strength roll to see if it can actually pop itself out of the egg. It rolls a 5, so it's able to pop its head out. Not much more, but as it squeezes its head out, you look at it, and it looks back at you with those goofy little googly eyes. It is a baby Tarask, and it has now bonded itself to you and thinks you're its mom. Oh, by the way, this one is about the size of Raka's griffin when it's born. It's bigger than your 2 dragons.
Oh man, this is gonna be so fun.
The Tarask kind of comes out after a little while. It's able to break out the rest of the tails. Those are your pets, and like I said, the Tarask is much larger. Velnos, you could probably actually ride it if you wanted to at the size that it's at, because again, it's similar to size and Raka's griffin. Again, they are all bonded to you guys individually, and they will stay at the camp unless otherwise ordered. Arch's little red dragon and your Tarask are both males.
So mine is just the only female. Okay.
Yep, at least for now.
I reach in my bag and I'm like, oh yeah, I got some gems. I'm gonna give my dragon a ruby to eat.
You give it the gem as kind of like a treat. It takes it and swallows it, and the dragon then looks up at you and kind of leans over and licks you on the face.
Oh, we're gonna go fishing, buddy. Let's go. I'm just gonna start speaking to him in Draconic.
It understands more your physical motion as opposed to what you're saying, but it's kind of starting to get the gist of things. So it just follows you anyway out of habit. So now you guys have some pets.